You are, I mean, if you're not a household name, you're at least a household face, you know. You impacted pop culture, you know, at a very young age. And I know you probably heard this 10,000 times, but I mean, you know, it's in Wikipedia, it's everywhere. You held your own against, like, big Hollywood, you know, actors. And that just amazed people. It's like, stole the show. Like, that's the term they use. And, you know, I know it's tough for child actors, and that term's bandied about, and they sometimes they crash and burn. A lot of them do. And one thing specifically, before I get too much into your, you know, I'll mention, of course, you did other things, like you're in the Stuart Little franchise, and that was amazing. So you had a big string hits early on, right? Little Vampires Like Mike, shows like this. It's live TV. But philanthropy, this really surprised me. You're a pretty darn young person. You're younger than I am. And you do an insane amount of stuff. I'm just going to quickly rattle these off because it's an impressive list. Breast cancer, that's a cause you helped support. Juvenile diabetes, Starlight Children's Foundation. I can't believe it. Like, Read to Achieve. Yeah, that's another one. Pediatric Chiropractic, Kids Day, animal rights groups. Like, how the heck, like, what in your life made this happen for you? How did you become such a decent human being? Like,
oh, thank you.
Who's guiding you?
I have really good parents. You know, I think it comes down to that with child actors. I think people are so quick to put the blame on the kids and be like, oh, you know, they're a brat or they're a diva, when really a lot of it comes down to the parenting. Kids are clay, and you know, they're ready to be molded into, you know, little human beings, and it's important when something happens, like, you know, whether it's any success or fame, you know, that you have good people around you. And I have really great parents. I went to public school, had normal friends who weren't actors growing up, and I think just kind of the normalcy that my parents instilled helped a lot. My parents were also very much about treating me, you know, as an adult, when it came to like making my decisions for my career. You know, because sometimes I'd turn things down if it were like Little League season and I'd go play baseball. And I think just having good parents around who also, you know, who also put a really, you know, big emphasis on doing, you know, charities, and I don't know, I feel really lucky for the life I have. And
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree kind of scenario.
Yeah, you know, I have really good parents.
Good kids.
So I mean, I can't really take a lot of credit for it. I just, you know what, I've always wanted to do the right thing. I have good parents, and that's how it turned out, I guess.
At some point, you have to start taking credit for it. Like when they say the president owns the economy after a couple of years. So you're like old enough now, I think you could take credit for it.
Okay, thank you.
And another thing that surprised me about you, this is like, you are a badass. Like, you're this cute little kid, and all the pictures and all the photo ops. And now you're like martial artist in MMA, and you talk about like cracking skulls, and it's like, okay. You make me look like a pussy. Totally, yeah. How the heck did that happen to you? Because, I mean, as unique as it is for you to become a massive philanthropist at your young age, like, what made you go from, like, acting and being an old person to, like, just loving, like, you know, that kind of action-oriented sports?
I think that a lot of it's the rush, and a lot of it is learning. I'm really, I've, you know, tremendous thirst for learning, and there's something so cerebral about martial arts, especially like Brazilian Jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, where a lot of it is strategy, and there's always something you can improve on, and I think that's fascinating to me, to have something that I can have a lifelong journey with.
Did you? This is kind of left field here, but do you watch by any chance the Netflix series Iron Fist?
I do not.
No, but I mean, because I figure, like, you know, usually people like that will watch shows.
I love The Punisher.
The Punisher, yeah.
The Punishers, man, I'm a big John Bernthal fan. So
well, the Daredevil's in that, and he also kicks ass. These are some of the best fighting choreography I've ever seen. So I thought you might be into that kind of thing, you know. It's not like, you know, Shakespeare in the Park. It's pretty violent. I mean, he gets beaten to a pulp constantly, so that's your crit up your alley, right? You know, and I wanted to touch on briefly, because this is kind of just informational as well. I mean, I want people to know about your career and know what's coming up and that kind of thing. You were also in a couple of shows, like, I wrote this down, Jeff Foxworthy, way back when, a show called Meego, and Dawson's Creek even. So, you know, you dabbled a bit in some of the biggest shows of that era. Of all the things you've done, And not counting Jerry Maguire, do you have like a favorite project that you worked on?
I think I don't really have a favorite, but I think my best work was I did a play in 2013 by the same writer who wrote Stronger, the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
And he wrote a movie, he wrote a play, and I got to originate a character, and I did 6 months with that character, and honestly, it's the best work I've ever done.
Okay, what's that? What's
Lost Girls.
Lost Girls. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Yeah. And there's only so much information I can get out there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I think that was just the best work I got to do, and it was such a pleasure working with such great material.
All right, thank you. Well, I guess, and we have to you have to go, and we have to go because there's a little photo ops, everything going on here. I don't know. I really think you're a refreshing example of what a child star could be. And honestly, I don't know what else to say to you because you're an impressive young man. And you actually make me want to be a better person.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'm older than you, and I see what you've accomplished. I've seen you just push through everyone else's pitfalls, like the game Pitfall, and you're still at it. And you're persevering, and you're an example to live by. I mean, I should do more volunteer work. I should do more film. I mean,
why not, man?
I'm jealous
we have
of
one
you.
life to live, and it's there's nothing better than giving.
So that's right. I should ask you, what's next on the horizon for you?
I just did a really great project with Teresa Rebeck, who's I'm a big fan of, who's a playwright, and that's in post right now. Okay. And some other stuff coming up that I don't know if I want to talk about yet, but it's fun stuff.
You can give hints, but it's an acting
job
with Sean Blues.
Yeah, I want to bring up the fact that you said I avoided the pitfalls and all that. Like, you know what? The reason I feel like I'm successful as a human being is because I failed twice or 3 times as much as that. You know, I think that we learn something from failures. I mean, people are only going to look at your successes and they see the tip of the iceberg, but there's all those failures over the years and things I've tried that haven't worked and mistakes I've made. And that's how you learn to be a better person. I wouldn't be like, I don't want to ever call myself a role model because I know the mistakes I've made. I know the things I've done.
People will find out.
Yeah, but I'm just a human being, just trying to get better with age, hopefully. And I really think the best is yet to come as far as work.
Listen, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. And your panel is great, and I look forward to seeing what you have to offer in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you for watching the Convention Junkies coverage of the 2018 Hamilton Comic Con. Please like, comment and subscribe to see more, and let us know below what you think of this video. If you would like to help us with future projects, please visit our Patreon page.